Howdy friends, welcome to the Mid-Tempo Jam, and welcome back if you are coming straight from the slow jam. We had some fun and had a couple glitches along the way, so everything's moving a little bit ever so slightly behind schedule tonight, but I hope you're all okay with that. Here we are. I'm going to check tuning real quick with my new strings here. And got a lot of special Tony Rice tributes in the set tonight, of course. Happy New Year, everybody. First mid-tempo jam of the year. Now I'm going to check this and see if it's working. Looks like it's working. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you all for being here. And let's get into this. On and on in the key of G. 1 and 1 and 4 and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 5. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me. And of course Tony did this up in A, I believe on the Sings and Plays Bluegrass. Tony Rice Sings and Plays Bluegrass album, or Plays and Sings Bluegrass, however that order is. And he sings the verses solo, and then they sing trios on the choruses. Now, the original version was trio throughout, so I would encourage you to sing along the whole way if you know the words. I'm going to do them in order. And if I'm kicking it off, I might do something like... something like that. So let's find a good tempo. That's about right for this song, I think, for the mid-tempo jam. All right, here we go. Why don't you kick us off on and on in the key of G. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Traveling down this long, lonesome highway, I'm so lonesome I could cry. Memories of how we once loved each other, and now you are saying goodbye. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder where she can be. Darling, it breaks my heart to hear your name. My friend, they also loved you, my darling, and they think that I am to blame. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder where she can be. On and on I'll follow my darling, ever now. 'Cause by your side is my destination. The road is clear, and that's where I'm bound. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder where she can be. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me. Gotta do the slow down ending, right? I think I reached the click just in time. Cool. Thanks y'all for being here. Thanks for sharing the video and jumping on board and picking along. Okay, next we have Mr. Engineer in the key of G. And this is another one that Jimmy Martin did, and then Tony Rice did a cool version of it. And this is in 3/4 time, so let's find a good tempo. Do, 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 do. A little too fast there. Let's go a little slower than that. Okay, this is one, it's a 4-5-1 the whole way in the key of G. So it starts, and a 4, and a 5, and a 1, and a 4, and a 5, and a 1, 4, and a 5, and a 1, and a 4, and a 5. If I'm kicking it off, I might go. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and kick us off on Mr. Engineer in the key of G. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Engineer, reach up and pull the whistle. Just let me hear that lonesome sound, for it blends with the feeling that's in me. The one I love has turned me down. I'm a player. There's 16 cars behind each engine. I'll ride the last one to the end of the line. One I love and give my heart to. For another, she's turned me down. Engineer, reach up and blow the whistle. Just let me hear that lonesome sound, for it blends with the feeling that's in me. The one I love has turned me down. Right here. I'm gonna catch me a freight train. Lord, I'm leaving this lonesome town. The one I love and gave my heart to. For someone else, she's turned me down. Engineer, reach up and blow the whistle. Just let me hear that lonesome sound. For it blends with the feeling that's in me. The one I love has turned me down. Couldn't get to the clicking time. We got too many things going on over here. I couldn't remember that second verse, which I did. Anyway, thank you for bearing with me there on the lyrics. Cool. Bob, yeah, this is a Collins D2H. Hi, Eric. Thanks for being here. Retired train engineer. Very cool, Bob. Hi, Tom. Hi, Skip. Cool. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, this is just my old Collins D2H. Nothing too fancy, but I love this guitar. I've had it for 20 years. Okay, next on the list. It is I've Waited As Long As I Can. Hey, now this is one, the opening cut on Tony Rice Plays and Sings Bluegrass, right? And I just looked it up today because I've always wondered where the song came from. It comes from Hilo Brown. Hilo Brown wrote it and did it with Flatt and Scruggs on one of their Grand Ole Opry shows, the Martha White shows. Anyway, Tony has a real cool version, and it's in I believe it's in G. Just gonna double check that we're doing it in G. Yes, I've Waited As Long As I Can. So it's 1 and a 1 and 4 and 4 and 1 and 1 2 5 and 1 and a 1 and 4 and 4 and 1 and a 5 and a 1. I'm waiting to hear you say you love me. That's the chorus. And long for the day you will take my hand. I asked again last night for your love so divine. I've waited as long as I can. So that little bit happens, the little stop happens only on the verses. Okay, on the breaks and all that, we play straight through. So at the end of a verse where it goes, I've waited as long as I can. I'm waiting to hear you say you love me. And then you're into the chorus, okay? So that's the only difference. There's that stop, hit that G run if you're playing a guitar. If you're not playing a guitar, just leave it blank and I'll fill it in. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, if I'm gonna play a kickoff, I might do. Let me try that again. I've never played this song before, but it's a cool song. Like that. Just get that melody in there, you know, that's the point. So, I've always been true, but this way, no. Right about here, okay? Why don't you kick us off? And I'm gonna need my cheat sheet here. Wait as long as I can. Hilo Brown. His name is Hilo Brown because he could sing high and he could sing low. It's funny. Here we go. In the key of G, kick us off. I've waited as long as I can. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I've waited for you and I've always been true, but this waiting no longer I can stand. I know that you've had time, dear, to make up your mind. I've waited as long as I can. I'm waiting to hear you say you love me, and long for the day you'll take my hand. I asked again last night for your love so divine. I've waited as long as I can. Oh, wait. Done all I can do, said all I can say. Oh, why can I make you understand? I wanted you for mine, but I've wasted my time. I've waited as long as I can. I'm waiting to hear you say you love me, and long for the day you'll take my hand. I asked again last night for your love so divine. I've waited as long as I can. Play. Tears fall from my eyes, for you have made it plain that I can win. No one will ever know the pain I've been through. I've waited as long as I can. I'm waiting to hear you say you love me, and long for the day you'll take my hand. I asked again last night for your love so divine. I've waited as long as I can. Stick it around again, I'll play it. Play it again. Stick it around one more time. Play it again. Here's a stop. I'm waiting to hear you say you love me, and long for the day you'll take my hand. I asked again last night for your love so divine. I've waited as long as I can. All right. I just had to get one good break in there. Kept kind of flubbing the end. And that's a hard one to... I'm waiting to hear. You have to focus on the note before you focus on the G run. That's what I learned from that experience. So hey, I'm going to practice that song a little bit. Maybe we'll try that again in coming weeks. But a great song written by the good old Hi-Lo Brown from the old country days in Nashville. Cool. The audio seems a lot better if you minimize the video. Oh, interesting. I did not win this one at Winfield. This is the one, I didn't even play this guitar when I won Winfield. I was playing my Martin. But I've had this forever. My dad's old D35. He had a 68 D35 Martin that I traded for this guitar early on when I got into flat picking because I needed something with that punch, and the D35 just didn't quite have it. But this is my workhorse guitar. I've had it forever. Recorded my first album on this one, and I've done lots of work with this guitar over the years. I need to, so I threw in all these Tony songs, and I didn't really, I've been on holiday, so I didn't really brush up on all the Tony breaks, but I'm going to try to get a couple decent Tony licks in here tonight. I'm just kind of doing my own thing, you know. There was a time when I was really studying Tony Rice and could play a lot of that stuff note for note, and since then I've kind of been on my own path. But I know a lot of folks these days are kind of going back and brushing up on some of those awesome Tony Rice recorded guitar breaks. Okay, next we have Blackberry Blossom. Again, speaking of Tony, he did a sort of a definitive version of this song on the Manzanita album. And they play it rather fast. I'm definitely not going to push the tempo. Let's keep it nice and kind of about where we were. That's doable, right, for the mid-tempo? And Blackberry Blossom, I'm just going to assume that you know this one, but let me kind of brush up. Let me kind of run you through the changes anyway. It's 1, 5, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 5, 4, 1, 4, 1, again. 1, 5, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 5, 4, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. 6 minor. To a B7, E minor. 4, 1, 5, 1, E minor. To the B7. 4, 1, 5, 1. Okay? So I'm going to kick it off because when we're doing instrumentals, it just makes more sense if I am kicking it off. And what's better than D35? This Collings DCUH is better than the D35. At least the one that we had. It wasn't that great. It didn't have the punch. My old Martin D28 now, that one has the punch. That one has the bluegrass sound. But I grew up playing my dad's old D35, which was a great guitar. But eventually I traded it for this one. Okay, Blackberry Blossom, I'm going to kick it off. And let's play 3 times through. Me, you, me, you, me, you. Okay, and then you tag it after your last time through. Here we go. Blackberry Blossom, I'll kick it off with Taters, okay? I'm gonna brush up on that one for next week, okay? Because I don't know, I went for that Tony break, and I've never actually learned that whole Tony B part on that tune. So let's all practice Blackberry Blossom and hit it again next week. How about that? Make that your pet song of the week. Okay, I'm practicing right here with you. You know, this is one of the reasons I do this, is to stay in shape, and of course give you all the resource to stay in shape as well. Ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone, in the key of A, because I wouldn't sit here and play all of these songs, like all these songs we've gone through. I love playing bluegrass, and I'll sit and I'll play a little bit every day. But we're not doing jams right now, you know, we're not getting together in public, and I haven't been to the bluegrass camps that I love teaching. So this is just as much for me to stay in shape as it is for you. And I'm humbly presenting what I have on some of these songs and tunes. You know, sometimes you hit it really, really well. Sometimes you go for something that you don't know as well as you thought you did, and it's, you know, I'm just right here with you. Ain't Nobody Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone, in the key of A. Another one that Tony recorded, and of course comes from Jimmy Martin. But it's 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 1 and a 1 and a 5. 1 and a 1 and a 4. 1 and a 5 and a 1. And if I'm kicking it off, I'm gonna do something like the melody. That's my own little trail off lick. I didn't learn that from anyone. I just made that up. Everyone's got their own little trail off licks, right? Okay, so here we go. And when I'm gone, there ain't nobody gonna mourn for me too long. This is mid-tempo. This song can go a lot faster, but we're in the mid-tempo jam right now, so let's hit it right about here and kick us off on There Ain't Nobody Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone, in the key of A. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Once I had a little sweetheart I loved dearly. We'd planned the day that she would be my own. But another man came All right, good times. How's everyone doing out there? Pet song, yep. Kicking the butt to practice more, yeah, definitely. We all do. Flat picker. Okay. Good tempo for Blackberry, cool. Bob, Eric, the melody to Blackberry the same. Essentially, Walk Down as Friend of the Devil. Nah, it's different. But the little bass walk down can it relates to that. But Blackberry Blossom kind of has its own distinct melody for sure. And Tony Rice plays a version of it. You know what I mean? Like if you listen to a fiddle player play it, it might be a little bit different than what the guitar is doing. So that's a tune. I'm not actually too sure about the source of Blackberry Blossom. If you hear it on, like, there's a Stanley Brothers version where they play it totally different. So it'd be interesting to hear how someone might have an old time version of this, because I think the version we play kind of originated in the 60s and 70s. Based on, of course, some version of an old tune called Blackberry Blossom, but I don't know much about the history of it. Okay, so moving on. Ginseng Sullivan, very cool. Now I'm going to be in the key of E. I believe Tony's in F on his recording, but I'm going to be in E for easing of the voice here. And we are playing the Tony Rice version. So it's in the key of E. I'm capo to D position. And it goes 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 and a 4, 4 and a 1, 6 minor, 3 minor, 5 and a 1. Okay, again. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, 1 and a 4, 4 and a 1, 6 minor, 3 minor, 5 and a 1. The chorus. 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 4, 4 and a 1, 1 back to 4. Flat 7 to the 1, 2 minor to the 5, and a 1 and a 4 and a 1, and a 1 and a 4 and a 5 and a 1. So there's a lot going on there, but I know that many of you are familiar with this song. And if you're not, just, you can mark this point in the video and come back and brush up on it. So here we go. I kind of do like the Tony version of the kickoff as well, like something like. Like that, and I'm gonna square it off, okay? Because I know on the kickoff to that song he just goes through it once. We're gonna go through twice every time, just like the breaks. So okay, with that little pause in the middle, just like we sing it. That's how we're gonna pick it, okay? And let's slow it down a little bit, because I know there's this is not as straight ahead. Not as straight ahead as some of the other standards here. This song, of course, is written by Norman Blake, and Norman's version is a little different than Tony's. But Tony picked it up and recorded it on Manzanita and did a really cool version. So right about this tempo, here we go. Kick us off in the key of E, Ginseng Sullivan. Working? Okay, here we go. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. About 3 miles from the Battail Yard, the reverse curve on down. Not far south of the town depot, Sullivan's shack was found, back on the high ground. Now you could see him every day, just a-walking down the line, with an old brown hat sack across his back and his long hair down behind, speaking his worried mind. It's a long way to the Delta from the North Georgia hills, and a tote sack full of ginseng won't pay no traveling bill. And I'm too old to ride the rails, and I'll thumb the road alone, but I guess I'll never make it back to home. My muddy water Mississippi Delta home. I'll play it. Now the winters here, they get too cold, and the damp, it makes me ill. Can't dig no roots in the mountainside, cause the ground froze harder still. Got to stay at the foot of the hill. By next summer things will turn bright, companies will pay high. I'll make enough money to pay my bills and bid these mountains goodbye. Then he said with a sigh, it's a long way to the Delta from the North Georgia hills, and a tote sack full of ginseng won't pay no traveling bill. And I'm too old to ride the rail, and I'll thumb the road alone, but I guess I'll never make it back to home. My muddy water Mississippi Delta home. Play it. It's a long way to the Delta from the North Georgia hills, and a tote sack full of ginseng won't pay no traveling bills. And I'm too old to ride the rail, and I'll thumb the road alone, but I guess I'll never make it back to home. My muddy water Mississippi Delta home. My muddy water Mississippi Delta home. Okay, we did it. You know, it's a fun jam song, but it's just a great song, and everybody loves Ginseng Sullivan. So thanks for indulging me there. Okay, Why Don't You Tell Me So in the key of F. This is another one that comes from Flat and Scruggs, I believe. And Tony recorded it several times. And we're going to hang out in the vocal-friendly key of F for this one. So I'm going to capo 3 and play a D chord. That's going to be my version of F today. But wherever you are, here's how the song goes. And a 1, and a 1, and a 1. 1 and 1 to the 5. 1 and a 1 to the 4. 1 and a 5 and a 1. Chorus to the 4. 4 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and a 5. 1 and a 1 and a 4. 1 and a 5 and a 1. Kickoff would be something like. I dare you to play some of those Tony licks. I dare you. Speed this up a little bit. By the look in your eye, that you still want me, you know. Okay, here we go. Key of F. Why don't you tell me so? Kick it off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can tell by the look in your eye that you still want me, you know, but somehow you just won't admit. Let's do that one more time. I'll bet you want to kick it off again anyway. Now you still care for me. Okay, I got it. The lyrics are all in there somewhere. Why don't you try kicking us off one more time, do-over, in the key of F, why don't you tell me so? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can tell by the look in your eye that you still care for me, but sometimes it doesn't live. That's why it's so lonely, see. Now if you have made up your mind, and if you still want me, you know, why do you keep me in doubt? Why don't you tell me so? Oh, well. Each night there's tears upon my pillow, and they're all because of you, I know. Dear, I can't go on this way. Why don't you tell me so? Now if you have made up your mind, and if you still want me, you know, why do you keep me in doubt? Why don't you tell me so? Play. some of my Tony rhythm licks in there too, a little bit here and there. Tony was a big influence, of course, in his rhythm playing and syncopations and a little bit of seventh chords and fun stuff in there. Cool. Hey, Colin. Colin in England, you got to get to sleep. I'm going to check back on the thread and make sure everything was smooth enough. I know the slow jam had some glitches, so I might have to just... I'll leave these videos here as they are, but I might do a fixed version on YouTube, maybe. We'll see. I don't want to be up all night editing video, but we had a little bit of technical trouble early on in the stream, and hopefully it's working for everybody now. Let me know if this broadcast has been glitchy for you or not, and we'll fix it. Okay, coming up we have Girl from the North Country. Hey, so this is another one in F, and Tony did a cool version of it that he got from the Country Gentleman. Tony had a lot of great ideas and incredible versions and arrangements of a lot of these songs, but some of them he straight up just took from other people, and that's totally fine. He did an amazing version of this song with John Duffy singing tenor on it, I believe, just like he did on the original. Not the original, but the original bluegrass version by the Country Gentleman. Country Gentleman. Did I say Seldom Seen? I meant Country Gentleman. And, of course, it's a Bob Dylan song. And here's the form. In F, same key. And a 1, and 1, and a 4, and a 1. And a 1, and 1, and 4, and 1. And a 1, and 1, and 4, and a 1. And a 1, and 1, and 4, and a 1. Okay. So, kickoff would be, and we're going to keep the same phrasing, okay, the same amount of beats between chords on the breaks as we do when we sing it. There's a couple pauses in there, so we're going to keep those on the picking part. So I'm kicking it off. I might go like something. Tony has a really cool kickoff, and he passes it over to Jerry Douglas on that version, or it might even be Mike Aldridge on that recording. Anyway, he passes it on to the dobro. So give it a go. Kick us off on "Girl from the North Country," this Tony Rice bluegrass version, taken from Country Gentleman. In F. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the wind blows cold on the borderline, remember me to the one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine. If you're going where the snowflakes storm, where the winters freeze and sun traveling in the North Country Fair, where the wind blows cold on the borderline, remember me to the one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine. Play. I wonder if she remembers me at all. How many times I often pray in the darkness of my nights, or in the brightness of my days. If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the wind blows cold on the borderline, remember me to the one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine. Play another one. I'll play. Play one more. If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the wind blows cold on the borderline, remember me to the one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine. Cool. Fun experiment. The timing's a little tricky, right? And I think I was doing that the right way, but we were keeping it consistent each time, and that's just a fun song. And again, all of this, you know, thinking about Tony and his passing and everything makes me kind of want to go back and actually learn a handful of these cool kickoffs and cool breaks that he did on these songs. But anyway, we might get to that this week, and we might not. But either way, we're gonna have fun playing bluegrass. And I want to let you know about a new series on Jam Play that's starting this Thursday. And I believe it's 3 o'clock Mountain Time, 5 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to do the Simple Bluegrass Solo of the Week. So that's a live offering on Jam Play Facebook page and their YouTube page, I believe. I have a bunch of cool lessons up on jamplay.com that many of you know. But this will be the Simple Bluegrass Solo of the Week. And that starts Thursday, 3 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Eastern. It's just a 1-hour live lesson. I'll be doing a different solo that's going to be very accessible, kind of beginner, intermediate, most kind of beginner oriented, and with different themes each week. Okay, so that starts this Thursday. Next, Rebecca. This is a good old number by Herschel Sizemore from North Carolina, a fantastic mandolin player who I got to play with quite a bit on some of the bluegrass camps where we were teaching together, like Augusta Heritage Bluegrass Week, namely. And Herschel is just amazing mandolin player, nice, very nice man, and known as a composer of tunes. He's written so many wonderful tunes. This being probably the most popular. It was one tune that Monroe stole from him and claimed credit for. I don't remember which tune that was. But everyone knows Herschel wrote this tune, Rebecca. And, you know, he was on an interview or a workshop at Augusta Bluegrass Week one time. And let's keep this nice, easy tempo right about where we were. And, you know, he didn't have any method for composing tunes. He says, I just pick it up and noodle around until I come up with something cool. That's how he composes. And that's a great way to do it. So here we go. Rebecca in B, capo 4, G position. And I'm trying to get the notes right. I'm singing it. 1 and a 1 and a 4, 1 and 1 and a 1 and 5, 5 and a 4, 4, 4, 1. 1, 1, 4, 1 and 1, 5 and 5 and 4 and 4 and 1. To the 5, 5 and 4, 4 and 1. Back to the 5, 5 and 4. Back to 5 and a 1 and 1 and a 4, 1 and 1 and a 5 and a 4. So it has those uneven bars in it, but it's all about just hearing that melody in your head and keeping that time in and just feeling it. And again, you can come back to this section of the video if you need to brush up on it. And I'll kick it off. Let's play it through 3 times each. Meet you, meet you, meet you. Here in the key of B, I'll kick us off on Rebecca. Yeah, that's how you end it, just like a song. Rebecca, just a great tune. Very lovely tune. Trying to get a Tony lick on the Mando. Yeah, David, you know, the Tony licks are kind of made for guitar, but you get it, the approach and all those little things. I found that when I try to play like Tony Rice, I don't play very well. I found that as soon as I free myself to just be expressive and you work up those licks. I worked up a bunch of that stuff early on, and it kind of comes through every now and then. But you just got to do your thing, you know. It's the way you got to do it. Okay. Your Love Is Like a Flower. Speaking of, this is one of Tony's real famous guitar breaks from Bluegrass album, I think Volume 2. But anyway, this is an old Flat and Scruggs song. Your Love Is Like a Flower. This is one of the least rhyminest songs of all time. I don't know how Lester and Earl got away with writing so many songs that didn't rhyme. But this is one of them. 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 1 and a 1 and a 5. 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1. 1 4 1 5 all the way through. And if I'm kicking it off, I would go something like. Something like that. So they play this pretty fast on that album, and I'm not going to go super fast because we're in the mid-tempo jam, but this is our last number before we break for the fast jam. So let's kick up the tempo just a little bit, and let's have you kick us off here on Your Love Is Like a Flower in the key of B. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It was long, long ago in the moonlight. We were sitting on the banks of the stream, and sweetly I love you as the waters murmured a tune. Oh, they tell me love's like a flower in the springtime blossom so fair. In the fall when it withers away, dear, and they tell me that's the way. Let's just do this again. I know you want another chance to kick it off. So why don't we do that? I'm away from my office back home where my music stand is, and so I'm shuffling files around on the laptop, as you can see. So maybe not quite as professional as as some episodes of the Playalong Jam. But here we are. Let's do that one more time. Kick us off on Your Love Is Like a Flower in the key of B. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It was long, long ago in the moonlight. We were sitting on the banks of the stream when you whispered so sweetly, I love you, love me, and your love for me would never die. Oh, they tell me your love's like a flower in the springtime, blossoms so fair. In the fall when it withers away, dear, and they tell me that's the way of your love. Springtime blossom so fair. In the fall when it withers away, dear, and they tell me that's the way of your love. The least rhymin'est song in bluegrass. Okay, that was really fun. Thanks for joining me here on the Mid-Tempo Jam, and I'm going to take a short break. You know, keep on sending in requests and whatnot, and we're going to do this every Monday this month, okay? And we'll take it from there. So remember the Bluegrass Solo of the Week this Thursday on Jam Play. Live lesson, 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. And I'm going to take a short break and come right back in about 7 minutes for the Fast Jam. So come right back, okay? Warm up a little bit more on your fast tempos, and I'll see you in a few.